storage. That's what it was meant for in the first place, and it's pretty much the same way it is now. No difference than it was back in the old days. Never changed that at all, because why the heck bother with everything? Oil furnace, and plus I heat wood. The furnace runs like a top. When I first moved into the house, I spent 18.5 tanks of fuel. Once I insulated the whole house, last year I only spent 1/2 a tank of oil to heat the whole house. It's the most insulated house in Bathurst as far as cost in that go. In the end, it saved me money by not having to spend it on fuel, and it's invested in the house rather than burning it up. This is like a little storage underneath the stairs that you can put your wine or whatever the heck you want to put in there. These stairs were built so that it used to be a bathroom. Built it so you can actually walk up and down the stairs without like being clustered. This window here was actually something I installed in here. I built this whole wall. This window is over 100 years old. It was the outside of a window from another house, and I decided that I wanted lighting to come from the bathroom into the hallway. So then I turned around and I sandblasted that tub. That tub's like over 100 years old, probably about 115 years old. Sandblasted it. Had a guy that CSA approved from the government put a non-slip surface in there so that you don't even slip in the tub. Turned around, tiled all the walls. This used to be a dining room area, but it wasn't very practical because from the sense of having a tiny washroom for a large house, I decided that, you know, where the fireplace and all that is, it would be better to have the dining room out there because there's so much room. That used to be like a china cabinet, which I turned in, made into an actual storage area. As you can see, it's quite full, and it's probably the width, or the, what do you call it, the length of about 10 feet depth, and I can actually stand up in there, and I'm 5'11", so it's quite spaciously in height. Turn around. This is a granite sink, like actual granite, one-piece unit. It's kind of dusty, as you can see, but like when you're doing construction, that's what happens. Is you're going to have that sort of thing. Turn around and made some cupboards that I'm still working on there. There's a window I put in there because I wanted the lighting. This particular piece of wood here is over 120 years old, and it was a dresser, and the dresser had broken, and I liked the artifact of that, so I just installed it as an actual piece of art into the house. This I made from scratch for just an effect that I thought was kind of a good effect. No other reason. Plus it has electrical heating on this level here, and that particular heater will heat up to 400 square feet, just that little tiny thing there. The toilet is a two-piece flushings. If you pee, you push that one, and if you poop, you push that one. The other toilet upstairs is a one-piece unit that weighs over 300 pounds, and oh, did I ever swear when I put it up there. And then if you even look at like the ornate fashions of things like this, and oh, there's my phone. Back in the day when the paper mill was going and all that, they needed shipbuilders to carry the wood logs and all that. And this man was a world-class famous shipbuilder who built ships all around the whole entire world internationally. And then after that he turned around and he sold it to Joseph Edward Conley, who owned Conley's Construction, which built parliamentary buildings, this high school over here. Here's some of the original stone that came out of Conley's quarry. And it's also the same stone that high school's built with right next door. in the back of this plaque is an actual typed up article of what this house's history is, of the complete house, from when the shipbuilder built it, and then when the Conleys took over it. In behind that, and I installed that in the back of the walls of the history of the whole entire house so far. Except I'm not in there. Other than this video. Then we turned around, put the windows there, repainted everything. It's also got Gloria that pig in there. Or remember you tried it and it didn't work? Did you actually get it? Like about this this particular chandelier here was valued at $29,000 in 1987 by Antique Roadshow when they came down to Bathurst, New Brunswick. The other chandeliers were never ever showed to the Antique Roadshow for an evaluation. Asphalted, so there's so much room back here you could have a nice parking lot if you wish to do so. And that's all Irish Celtic wood carvings that were hand carved at the time when they built this in 1840. And if you look, you got a huge deck, which is a wraparound deck. We can go around the side of the house and the deck still keeps going. That cart was built in 1840. And that was actually what trains, these wheels are actually off of a train of the day that used to haul coal and minerals and stuff like that, and then they fashioned it into a cart, which used to actually carry granite on this high school here, which they would use this cart and they'd walk with it, with that on the cart, and carry the granite over to make the high school. And then this shed was built by high school kids to give them experience in carpentry, and it was overseen by the teacher that worked in the woodworking department in Bathurst High School. So it was supervised and it's structurally sound. It's I believe the lot is 180 by 80. 180 feet long by 80 feet wide. There's a plum tree I planted there. It's only the second year. Eventually it's going to pop. That's a Japanese acacia tree. That's actually from Japan. And Joseph Edward Conley brought that from Japan as a seedling and planted it almost 100 years ago. And it's a hardwood that is like no other. And it's one of the rare trees in Bathurst that nobody else has on their land. This is pretty much the only place in Bathurst you'll find that tree, because it's a particular type of wood. There's also two in the front that are Japanese acacia, and they were both from Japan also. And when he bought the little siblings, they carted them by a boat, drove with the boat, kept them alive on the boat, gave them sunshine, gave them love, and planted one right there and planted two in the front. That's a maple tree, which is beautiful, and it just keeps growing bigger all the time. Oh. This is a type of plant that actually grows in the backyard. When you open it up, there's a fruit inside there. You can eat it. Here, I'm going to videotape this guy while he's eating it. How's that taste? They're very expensive in the grocery store. Did you know that? Yeah, no. They want $6.99 a pound. And they just grow in the yard. There's mint that grows in there. There's all kinds of vegetation that grows in this yard. There's spices, there's everything. And there's rose bushes that are over 100 years old. Over here, well, they're throughout the yard. Roses are from Ireland, some are from Scotland, some are from England. And if you were to figure out, like, even just the lumber of this would cost you over $1 million to buy the lumber alone. And the lumber in this house is rough timber. So you figure it out. $530,000 it is. And I don't want to bicker or argue or dicker. Simple. As is, $530,000. That's my end statement.